All right, today we are going to tackle one of the biggest and frankly most overlooked threats to your financial future, the absolutely staggering cost of healthcare in retirement. Look, this isn't just about saving a bit more money. It's about surviving a financial storm that's brewing for millions of us.
Welcome to ValueVest Daily. Let's just dive right in, because what we're about to cover could totally change how you plan for your later years. Seriously.
Okay, I want you to stop for a second and just think of a number. For a 65-year-old retiring today, what do you think their total healthcare costs will be out of pocket for the rest of their life? Just take a wild guess.
Ready for this? The answer, according to the latest data, is a shocking $172,500. Just let that sink in for a second. That's not a small number. That is the price of a brand new luxury car or a big down payment on a house just to cover your medical bills after you stop working.
And oh boy, here's the real kicker. That massive number, it doesn't even include the catastrophic costs of long-term care. Things like a nursing home or in-home assistance, which can easily double or even triple that total. So yeah, we have a massive problem on our hands.
This problem has a name, and it's called the healthcare inflation trap. It's like this silent, invisible force that's designed to just drain your nest egg. And we're going to break down exactly what we're all up against.
You see, not all inflation is created equal. We all hear about the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, right? That tracks things like gas and groceries. But healthcare, well, healthcare plays by its own much scarier set of rules. It consistently gets more expensive, year after year, at a rate that just leaves normal inflation in the dust.
Now look at this. This is what's so terrifying. Projections for the near future show general inflation kind of hovering around 3%. But medical cost inflation, it's projected at a blistering 8.5%. That gap, that is the trap. Your retirement savings are growing in a 3% world, but your biggest expense is exploding in an 8.5% world. The math just doesn't work. It's impossible to keep up.
So why is this happening? You gotta ask, right? Well, it's not random. There are these two powerful, pretty much unstoppable demographic forces that are colliding right now, and they're creating a perfect storm for skyrocketing costs.
So first up, we've got what people are calling the silver tsunami. By 2030, basically 1 in 5 Americans is going to be retirement age. That's a level of demand for medical services we have never seen before. And at the exact same time, we have a labor crisis. We're just not training enough young doctors and nurses to care for this huge aging population. It's economics 101, right? When demand is massive and supply is scarce, prices, they go vertical. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Planning your retirement based on 2 or 3% inflation, it's like setting yourself up to fail. For seniors, it's basically a lie. The old rules just don't apply anymore. To protect your wealth, you can't just save more. You have to completely change the game.
But here's where the story takes a turn, from kind of scary to actually pretty optimistic. Because you can't outsave this kind of inflation, but you can invest in the solution. And that solution is what we call deflationary technology. Innovations that are designed to make healthcare cheaper, faster, and way more accessible. The entire model is getting flipped on its head. The past was all about expensive, scarce resources, hospital beds and human labor. But the future, it's all about things that are cheap and can be scaled up infinitely. We're talking about moving care into the home and beefing up human doctors with powerful AI and software. This right here is the new game. Okay, so how do you actually invest in this future? How do you hedge against this crazy inflation? We've broken it all down into 4 very distinct investment ideas or theses that target the key areas of this whole technological revolution.
We're going to walk through each one of these. First, bringing the hospital into your home. Then, using AI as a sort of force multiplier. Next, fixing the totally broken payment system. And finally, empowering you, the consumer, to just bypass it altogether. Let's get into the first one.
So thesis number 1 is really simple. The most expensive bed in all of healthcare is the one in a hospital. The cheapest? It's the one in your own home. Companies are using tech like remote patient monitoring and all sorts of wearables to make this shift happen. Think about something like Dexcom's glucose monitors that keep diabetics out of the ER, or Teladoc managing chronic conditions right from your living room.
Next up, the AI efficiency engine. With this huge doctor shortage, we need technology to act as a force multiplier, right? That means AI that can read X-rays faster and more accurately than a human, automate all that complex billing nonsense, and dramatically speed up the discovery of new drugs. Companies like NVIDIA, they provide the hardware backbone for this, while a company like Palantir provides the software, the operating system, for hospitals to optimize absolutely everything.
Our third idea here targets the broken financial incentives in the system. For decades, it's been fee-for-service, which basically means doctors and hospitals get paid more when you're sick. It's crazy. The big shift is toward value-based care, where they get paid to keep you healthy. It's like paying your mechanic to stop your car from breaking down in the first place. Giants like UnitedHealth's Optum division are using big data to manage the health of huge populations, preventing sickness to save billions.
And finally, we have the ultimate disruptor. Sometimes the best way to fix a broken system is to just go around it. And these new direct-to-consumer companies are doing exactly that. Take Hims and Hers, for example. They're making things like chronic care and longevity treatments accessible to everyone by just cutting out the insurance middleman. This drops costs by like 50 to 80% with a simple cash pay model.
So let's bring this all together. We've seen the problem. It's this guaranteed inflation trap. And we've seen the solution, an absolute explosion of deflationary technology. And this leaves you with a very, very clear and critical choice for your own financial future. The question you really need to ask yourself is this. Are you going to be a victim of these rising costs, just sitting back and watching your savings get eaten away? Or are you going to become an owner of the companies that are building the solution, and in doing so, effectively hedge your own future medical expenses? The choice is yours.
Now, of course, please remember this is not financial or tax advice. You should always do your own research and talk to a professional before making any investment decisions.
If you found this breakdown valuable, and I hope you did, please do us a favor and subscribe, like, and share ValueVest Daily. We put these out every day to help you get smarter before you put your money at work.
And one more thing, we really want to hear from you. Which of these areas gets you the most excited? The AI giants? Those consumer disruptors? Let us know. Please put a comment below if you want us to do a deep dive into any of these specific high-risk, high-reward opportunities. We'll see you next time.